I know what the fallen angels don't want you to know. That is why they want you to get rid of the Bible, your religion, and your God. This is one of the things they don't want you to know. That in time to come, woman will control this universe.
Let there be light.
If you want to stay in the ghettos and shut it home and have this attitude, go on, live that lifestyle. And I can give you stories upon stories upon stories about our people. The drugs are the same way. Passing dirty needle to one another. But we do it. We sharing them. We sharing the needles together. What about the education together? What about sitting together and educating one another? We sit together and pass the marijuana. Want to sit together as an ancient African and read to one another. It's not of the society. We'll sit together as men and watch the one pass and laugh at them. Oh, that's easy to do. We'll sit together and mock the sisters. After you sleep with them, you pass them around, you laugh at them. That's a reality. Am I making this up? I say, I know ghetto living. I understand it. So-called. You see, I can go to your world. It's easy for me to step down of my world and enter into your world. So why don't you come to my world now? The world of God. There's a God. In my world, there's a Christ consciousness. There's a consciousness about God. There's a consciousness about life. There's a consciousness how we treat one another. That may trickle down in the society forever and ever. Let's be wise about the things that we do to one another. Let us not destroy one another. Come to my world where there is no more pain and suffering. You don't have to wonder if your brother are trying to trick you in the world of God. In the world of Christ consciousness, is no more pain, no more suffering. You don't have to lie to yourself and to another. If you don't know, you don't know. You don't have to make up stories to look good. No one will pass remarks on you. No one will look you down because there is nothing to look down. Only to worship the God which is inside of you. That is what it's about. It's about worshiping the God in you. It's about acknowledging the Christ within you. Come to my world, and there'll be no more tears and no more sorrow, no more promises to give to you, but just live the life of God. You may call it a utopia, but it's a reality and the ways of life we should live. Never you look down at your sister. Never you look down at your brother. In whatever condition she may present herself to you. Never you look down at your brother. In whatever way he present himself to you. Lift him up. Lift them up. That is in the mind of God. Wash them, take them, clean them up. Give them the mind of God. We are not here to look down at one another. We are not here to laugh when you fall or when you slip. You are not here to laugh. That is in the world of rich and poor. We are not here to tell you stories about aliens and spaceship and all that fantasy. We are not here to tell you what Christ will come, the sky will split open, and Christ will come tumbling down to save you. No, that is not what it's about. When you get into the mind of God, you realize there's a Christ in you. And that Christ is the light itself. And that light that you get, share it among one another. Where is darkness, you shine your light. When I say light, not the light in the sky. Light as knowledge. Knowledge to give to one another. So you can see the Christ consciousness in you. I'm not here to tell you that I am Christ or I'm God. I'm not here for that. I'm here to take you into Christ consciousness. To show you that there is a God in you. There is a Christ in you. The fallen angels not going to make you know that. They don't want you to know that there is a God in you. There is a Christ in you. You are the angels, you are the star. That star that I'm speaking about are also the light. Wherever you go, you shine your light. If you don't understand what I'm talking about, just as you build the world today, wherever you go, you create something. Even in the times of poverty, we are still creating. Why? Because you are that star. That knowledge was given to you by God. Before you came into this universe, you know the knowledge. You understand the knowledge before you came. So you're doing things by guess, as they will say. Because you don't know yourself. But once you know yourself, you don't have to guess yourself. You are that pragmatic. You are just as great as the day that God created you. This is what those demonic spirits don't want you to know. Only giving you lies and promises. God never give you a promise yet that He never gave to you. God has created trees and all the fruits are grown on that tree is given to you. Didn't give you a tree and say, I'm going to keep back some of the fruits. God didn't give you water and said, I'm going to keep it back from you. God didn't give you the sun and say, I'm going to keep peace for myself. He gave it all to you. God did not create the love and said, I'm going to keep some for myself. He gave it all to you. It's you that not using it. It's you that is not recognizing the love in you because of greed and selfishness. And I say, get away from that world of rich and poor. That is why you are blinded. That is why you are deaf. Because the world of rich and poor has made you blind, deaf, and ignorant with dreams and fantasy. And I'm saying all of this to you and you are still grappling with what I'm saying. But the devil interpose every day that you are nothing. When you get up, interpose these things in your mind that you are nothing, and you believe that devil. How naive are you? How nascent are you? When will you wake up? Wake up and say, I understand. I'm the angels that God is talking about. Will that day come for you? Rather, to wait when you're dead and gone, is that what you want? When you're dead and gone, what good are you then? For anyone, If you're dead and gone, no disrespect for your mother who dead or family, no. You know I'm not going that low, but just to show you, if I cannot do good right now, if Marcus Garvey did not do good, will you have get the goodness from him when he dead and gone? No. If Kwame Ture did not do his goodness right here, will you have gotten that goodness from Kwame Ture? Reverend Martin Luther King, he did his goodness right here. Don't wait until you are dead and gone to do your goodness. Do the goodness right here and do it to one another. The revolution is about loving one another. Don't believe in that lie. That revolution with guns will change the world. No, it's a lie. If the gun revolution could have changed in this world, don't you think the world will be changed already? It's a lie. And you believe it. Wake up from that sleep that you've been sleeping and recognize there is a greatness within you. There is a greatness within your brother. There is a greatness within your children, your family. And once you realize that greatness, we will rise. The rise will be as great as the fall. There was nowhere else to go. Do your goodness right here. Do you know selfish people? And I see us all the time. It's like a selfish woman. All she cares about is her family. It's like a selfish man. All he cares about is his sex and his, you know what? Don't care about the female. Selfish people just don't care. It's like some of my friends. I get a lot of friends around the world. They call me their friends. But the quality of a friend is not there. I talk to them every day, but the quality of friend is not there. You must know the quality of a friend. So let us know the evil ones. And listen to me, this world belongs to you. It was always yours. No spaceship to come to save you. No ancestors will save you. What will save you is when we begin to love one another. That will save you. When you begin to put trust in your brother once again, that will save you. If this day never come, our people will be rotten in the ghettos and shantytown, you can forget about it. Everyone will have the little bit and think they're satisfied. But thank God, men like Christ, who died on the cross for you. Thank God, Reverend Martin Luther King said, I've seen the promised land. I may not get on the top of the promised land with you, but I've seen that promised land. Kwame Ture, thank God for men like that. Over and over and over and everywhere that man go, unite Africa, unite, 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 unite. That's right. Wherever our great people went, do your greatness right here. No dead cannot do greatness for you. The alien's not going to do something for you. This is just certain people come up with that idea of alien because to mess with your mind and tell you that the alien going to rescue you. They come up with that to take their self away from sin. The sinner taking away himself from sin once again. By saying to you, the alien made me do it. He gave me some power. Alien ain't give nobody no power because there is no alien. Get away with that. But I know what the fallen angels don't want you to know. I know what the fallen angels don't want you to know. That is why they want you to get rid of the Bible, your religion, and your God. This is one of the things they don't want you to know. That in time to come, woman will control this universe. That is what the fallen angels don't want you to know. Let me show you the Bible. Let me teach you the Bible once again in case you don't know it. The Bible says, this is what the Bible let us know, that Christ must be in the mind of God. There's a God consciousness. There's a God consciousness in the surface right now. That Christ must be in the mind of God. Where Christ must be in the mind of God. Man must be in the mind of Christ. That means to say, man also have that God mind. And woman must be in the mind of man. And if man have that God mind, that means to say, woman have the mind of God also. And children, not children like Hollywood, convince you little children sitting on Christ's lap, not that nonsense, no. That's nonsense Hollywood is giving to you. But children as nation, and woman shall teach the nation. That is what they don't want you to know. That in time to come, this shall be. Woman shall run this world. We are beginning to see it. But because you are so blind, or some of you are so blind you don't want to see it. And this woman that I'm talking about is the African woman, the black woman. Don't mean to be divisive, but not the European woman, not the Indian woman, not the Chinese woman. Yes, to a point all of them shall be in power. But the one is the African woman. So what the devil is playing and undermining you is to give you a situation that black man and black woman shall fight against one another. They are doing a very good job. That we continue to fight in one another and we will never see the truth. Because if you fight in one another, are you going to respect the woman? You're trying to destroy your woman, or are you going to respect her? And she trying to destroy you, or is she going to know to herself that she's mother of this universe? When she spent all her time fighting. So the black man and black woman are fighting one another. Satan don't want you to know this. The fallen angel don't want you to know this. If there's a king, there must be a queen. If there's a queen and a king, there must be a kingdom. If there's a kingdom, there must be rules and regulation for that kingdom. You cannot be a king and don't have rules. You cannot be a queen and don't have regulation. Because what you will see is this madness in the ghettos and shantytown. Do as you please until they catch you or get a hold of you, lock you away. Black man, listen to me. They don't want you to see the future. Black woman, listen to me. They don't want you to know your greatness. They don't want you to see your greatness. Black man and black woman, they don't want you to know, but want you fight against one another. But what you should really fight against is this. The moment that anyone come up against you and say something about your black sister, defend that black sister, you fight for her. African woman, listen to me. Anytime they say something against your children, your man, you fight against them. Come together as one. Don't listen to the propaganda, it will destroy you.
Let there be light.